Hi guys, welcome back to another short episode of Game Tings. I'm your host for today, Ming, and today we're gonna talk about the news from the most recent State of Play that just took place. First off, let's start off with the opening trailer revealing to us for the first time the long-awaited Resident Evil 4 remake. The game will be releasing next year on March 24th, 2023 for PC on Steam, PS5, as well as Xbox Series X. So for fans of the Resident Evil series, you guys can mark down this date on your calendar and look forward to its release. Hopefully they tone down the noise that Ashley makes and perhaps make her a bit useful when the next game comes. Oh right, before I forget, Resident Evil 4 will also have PlayStation VR 2 content, but we don't know what exactly the content will be as it's currently still under development. Speaking of PlayStation VR 2, there are also some titles that will be coming using the brand new PlayStation VR 2, namely Resident Evil 8 Village, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution, No Man's Sky, as well as a title from the Horizon series called Horizon Call of the Mountain. Overall, some pretty cool titles will be coming for people that like VR games, so be sure to check them out if you are a VR game fan. Since we are talking about the Horizon series, let's move on to the next reveal featuring updates that are now available for Horizon Forbidden West. These new updates include new graphics, the ability to customize your outfits, resetting your assigned skill points, as well as new weapons and trophies for players to test out and earn. Oh, and if you are looking to challenge yourself, there's also a brand new ultra hard difficulty for all you hardcore gamers out there. If you just want to enjoy the story or perhaps do a speedrun, there's now a New Game Plus option as well for players that just want to play the game from start to finish at full power. The New Game Plus will carry over all your endgame gear from previous ones, making things extremely easy, so make sure to take advantage of that if you need to. Overall, these are some pretty nice updates that I'm sure all players will enjoy, so be sure to check them out. The next piece of news that was announced is for all you PC players out there. Be excited guys, as the previously PlayStation exclusive Spider-Man games will now be coming to PC as well. This includes both Spider-Man Remastered as well as Spider-Man Miles Morales. Spider-Man Remastered will be available on the 12th of August, while Spider-Man Miles Morales will be available sometime during the fall of this year. If you have never had the chance to play both of these titles, I highly recommend giving it a shot, as it is a ton of fun and the swinging mechanic in both of these games are just amazing. You'll definitely not be disappointed by giving the game a shot. Now, moving on to the next piece of news, we have brand new gameplay footage for the soon to be released title Stray, featuring a stray cat in a cyber city. The game does look pretty interesting as you have to solve various puzzles and at the same time avoid some sort of alien looking like ticks as well as drones from attacking you. The game will be available on PS4, PS5, PC on the 19th of July. So for all of you fans out there that are looking for something more unusual and interesting, maybe give it a shot as it's not always you get to play as a cat after all. The next trailer that was shown is from the game The Callisto Protocol, a third-person survival horror game that is set to arrive on 2nd of December for PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. The game looks pretty good honestly and really gives out Dead Space vibes as the creatures that you are facing look somewhat similar to necromorphs design-wise. But in terms of how the creatures act, they really remind me of zombies as they are rather slow and look like they can tank a couple of shots as well. So if you're into like these type of horror-esque shooter games, maybe give it a shot, as it does look pretty good. Then we have the next title, Rollerdrome. Rollerdrome is a fast-paced third-person shooter where you skate around and shoot down various enemies using weapons ranging from pistols to grenade launcher. The game looks pretty solid to be honest, as you can just casually skate up to the air, do a couple of tricks mid-air while shooting your enemies, which is honestly pretty badass if you ask me. I honestly would highly suggest checking the trailer out to see if you like the game, as I would admit, this game looks really good, but it might not be for everyone. But it does look good nonetheless. Anyways, the game will be available on PS4 and PS5 on August 16, so take note of that if you're interested in the game. The next large announcement that was showcased is Street Fighter 6. There really isn't too much shown in the trailer other than showing us 4 characters that will be available in the roster. These characters will include Chun-Li, Ryu, Luke, and Jamie. Other than showcasing the 4 characters mentioned in the trailer, they also showcased some gameplay footage with the brand new updated graphics that look really good. But that's basically it for what was showcased in the trailer. I mean, it is a fighting game after all, and they really didn't have too much to showcase. The game is currently set to be released sometime next year in 2023, so be sure to follow our socials and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of these upcoming gaming news updates. Then, we have our last and final trailer showing off some gameplay footage for the upcoming Final Fantasy XVI. The game this time will center around the dominant people, and these dominants have the power to tap into the power of the icons, also known as the summons. The game overall looks amazing. The score from the trailer is so insanely well made, and I personally highly recommend everyone to watch this trailer as it is extremely well made. Now let's talk about what was shown in the trailer. First off, we managed to see some new combat gameplay. The first thing that was shown is what I assume to be a boss fight. The boss fight is kinda weird. There really wasn't anything too crazy about it other than the fact that it was way more cinematic than it should be, which is really interesting as the normal gameplay against mobs doesn't feel that cinematic compared to what was shown in a boss fight. The normal combat against normal mobs is straight up just a hack and slash like Devil May Cry 5, which is pretty interesting as there's such a large difference between the boss fights and the normal fights. Maybe there's 2 types of combat mechanics, I'm not too sure as well, but maybe in the future we'll know more when more info is released. And so that's basically it for combat in general, but now let's talk about the best part, which is basically the battle between the summons. Yes, you heard that right, in Final Fantasy XVI, you'll be able to fight against another summon as a summon. Some fights showcased in the trailer included Shiva vs Titan, Odin vs Bahamut, as well as Phoenix vs Ifrit. I personally am very excited for this new mechanic as it will be so cool to be able to control a summon and use it to fight against other summons. I mean, these guys are like huge. Like, have you seen them? They're insanely huge and it's really cool. Anyways, there are a ton of summons that were revealed to be available in this game. These summons included are Phoenix, Titan, Garuda, Ramu, Shiva, Odin, Bahamut, and Ifrit. Overall, a pretty good roster of summons that are included and revealed so far. The game will be available in summer of 2023, so a long time to go, but based on what was shown so far, the long wait hopefully will be worth it. That basically wraps up the short episode featuring the most recent state of play. I hope you guys enjoyed the content, and make sure to comment down below to tell us what else you guys would like to see from us. Once again, I was your host Ming, and we'll be seeing you in the next episode of Game Things.